Good afternoon, everyone, and I do apologize if it sees at the beginning that I'm looking to the sideline. I'm actually looking literally directly into my camera lens right now, and it still looks like I'm side-eyeing you all, so I apologize for that in advance. Welcome to another episode of Spilling Tea, folks. I'm your host, Tiffany Daniels, and yes, we are going back to Down the Rabbit Hole series, and we are going to get back to Dr. Andrew Wakefield and his insane shenanigans. But first, real quick disclaimer, every single thing that we've gone over and will continue to go over in regards to this Down the Rabbit Hole series covering the re-emergence of the anti-vax movement as we know it and loathe it today, you're going to be able to find it right there in the description box for you. So before you ask for what my sources are, you'll find my sources in the description box. Alright, some folks don't watch the whole video and then get fake mad at me. Whatever, I don't care. What else is new? I'm not pissing somebody off. I'm wondering what it is I've done wrong. Anyways, trigger warning. Speaking of, this channel is marked not for kids for a reason. I do use profanity, and some of the subjects that we cover are pretty dark. So if you got a child that is 16 and younger and they are watching this, parental supervision is advised. I usually put in a political warning. But these days, it's not so much Democrats versus Republicans. It is unhinged left versus unhinged right, with two groups in the middle. Your more moderate left and your more moderate right. But how can I put this? I'm not affiliated with any of all that, so I will probably offend you. I won't apologize for it, because quite frankly, I don't care. I don't have a filter. I have never had a filter, and at 40 years old, I'm not likely to suddenly develop one now. So, if you can't handle that without grade school name calling, I will delete your comment and block you from the channel. This will be your only warning on the subject. Nobody has time for that. Alright, so where we left off. Oh, and if you come in the comments with anti-vaccine misinformation that removes all context, I will find out. One of my hyper obsessions as an autistic woman is research. If you put something in my comments and it's a lie, I will find out. And I will remove your comment and block it. Okay, now let's get to where we were going. Justice Smitting's decision and anti-vaccinationists' reactions. On March 7, 2012, Mr. Justice Smitting of the UK's High Court of Justice published the court's decision in the Professor John Walker Smith case appealing to the General Medical Council's revocation of his medical license. Do you see that? What do you mean, Tiffany? I mean, do you see the fact that in regards to the appeal to this case, that there is only one name attached to it? Do you know what that means? It means Wakefield is not. Which means this decision does not exonerate him. Okay, but let me go ahead and continue to read. It did not take long for anti-vaccination websites to post articles referring to the court's decision, emphasizing that Walker Smith and by implication Wakefield had been exonerated. For the love of God, people, I am tired of this. That's not how the law works. You can't be declared innocent by proxy. Okay? That's literally not how it works. Laws are very specific. The results of cases that are appealed are very specific. If Wakefield was not named in the decision of that judge, Wakefield was not exonerated by implication. Was his name there? No? Then he was not exonerated. Neurotypicals, the law is like dealing with someone like me. Okay? We are extremely literal. Very, very literal, very, very specific, and very, very detail oriented. The law, for very obvious reasons that should be apparent to anyone. So what that means is there is no such thing as innocent by proxy. If your name was not a part of the appeal suit, you don't get exonerated. But the implication is no. All right? I'm getting real tired of this crap. I've only been fighting anti-vaxxers since my 20s, folks. I'm now 40. If you can tell, I'm tired. One example found on the Age of Autism website. Oh God, not that website. I went undercover years ago. We're talking the 2010s onto the Age of Autism website. It is the biggest den of snake oil salespeople I have ever come across. Okay? Now, I've been on social media for a minute. I've seen some very obvious, unapologetic chills. But Age of Autism literally lives their entire lives inserted about 6 inches up Dr. Andrew Wakefield's ass. Yes, I know what I said. I know it's vulgar. I don't care. And it's not just that. There's so many snake oil crap that they get up to on that website. They promote that absolutely and utterly useless gluten-free diet. Now, if you are a person that needs to be on a gluten-free diet due to medical issues, that's fine. Not every autistic has stomach issues. Okay? Some of us do, yes. But some of us don't. Not to mention the fact that comorbid, unrelated diagnoses can coexist in a singular person. Okay? But they do the gluten-free. There is the little pads that you kind of tape on your bottoms of the soles of your feet at night, and it is supposed to pull out all the toxins from the vaccine damage. One of the worst they used to promote is called chelation. Now, let me show you what chelation means, what that is, real quick. So, chelation is a chemical process where a molecule called a chelating agent binds to a metal or metal ion, forming a stable ring-like structure. This process is used in medicine specifically to remove heavy metals from the body and also has applications in analytical chemistry and other fields. To be specific, this is the type of treatment that is used most often on people who have suffered from lead poisoning, is one of the examples. Now, so let me go ahead and read this to you. Chelation therapy used to remove metals from the body can be harmful when used in the absence of metal poisoning. It can lead to a depletion of essential minerals like zinc, magnesium, and iron, causing fatigue, weakened immunity, neurological issues, and magnesium helps with a lot, including, pooping, as do the other things. So you get that removed from your blood, you're going to end up with way more medical problems than you ever went in with. And let me also show you this. So each treatment costs about 75 to 125. People often go dozens of 3 to 4 hour long infusions over a period of several months. So it adds up, folks. It adds up. Imagine you have to set up with several 3 hour long infusions. And for each infusion, you have to pay anywhere between $75 and $125. Now, also realize that's coming out of these brainwashed parents' paycheck. Because insurance is not going to cover chelation therapy for an individual who has not been diagnosed with metal poisoning. If you come in, tell them your kid is autistic and that they were damaged and that you want the toxins removed from their body, they're going to laugh you out of the room. If you continue to insist on it, they may call some people. Okay? So, yeah. Age of autism, folks. And just to prove my point, let me show you some disturbing shit. We'll just do this. Let me see if I can find it. I wonder if the website is gone. That would be freaking great. There we are. Be prepared for a special level. So let's take a look here. Email subscription. It used to have a giant message board. All right, I'm going to try one more thing. Well, obviously, you guys can see there was a major controversy there, right? And Age of Autism was one of the big websites back in the day that was really pushing it. That was my point. We'll get back to where we were before I get too far in the left field here. All right, so this is what they said in regards to Wakefield. These allegations, which were originally made against Professor Walker Smith, as well as Dr. Andrew Wakefield and Professor Simon Murch, by journalist Brian Deere and liberal Democrat politician Evan Harris in the Sunday Times in 2004, have now been shown to be completely unfounded. Did you read the judgment? Because it sounds like you didn't. Simon Murch and Wakefield were not mentioned. Exonerated my ass. Nor did they find that the charges were unfounded. What do you mean unfounded? Wakefield himself told us he took blood samples at a birthday party. Are you on crack? I've been on their website, folks. Yes, they are, unfortunately. Let me go ahead and continue here. This judgment not only vindicates Professor Walker Smith, but also families seeking treatment for autistic children and now adults with clinical issues, particularly gut related, who have been denied appropriate investigation and treatment for more than a decade in British hospitals as a consequence of the witch hunt against Professor Walker Smith and colleagues conducted by both GMC and parts of the media. If they sound like the JRC and provide JRC level word salad, then they are also liars and crooks, just like the JRC. Okay? Because that's not what was going on at all. We're not going to make you suffer through all the different examples. It's pretty much all the same crap you'll find any anti-vaxxer spout and then block their account and run away like the little children that they are when facts get dumped on them. Except for one guy. One guy threatened my life, and I told him that my family had veterans in it, and my mom that year had just gotten a new AK as her anniversary gift. So, I told him, okay, but your funeral, good luck. You know? All right. Let me continue reading here. A careful reading of the actual decision does not exonerate John Walker Smith, and it clearly does not exonerate Andrew Wakefield, nor support the claim that the vaccines cause autism, nor that Wakefield's 1998 article should not have been retracted. A Stone's claim that for years Professor Walker Smith himself has stayed well clear of the MMR controversy, ignores a press release by him and Dr. Murch disagreeing with Wakefield and with his being one of the 10 of the 13 co-authors who publicly retracted the part of the Lancet article associating the MMR vaccine with autism. So the part that brought all the problems, the other doctors that were part of the clinical study didn't want any part of. It was very much, wait, what? What the hell did that crack addict just say? Can somebody put a muzzle on Wakefield? I'm not up for silencing anyone, but that doesn't mean I have to stick around and listen to stupidity either. Always remember that, folks. You're allowed to shout your stupidity from the rooftops, but I don't have to remain outside to hear it. Just saying. Alright, so now we're going to get to the actual ruling and what it says. So, when the person's undertaking the activity has two purposes, or when different people participating in the same series of activities have different purposes, it may be very difficult to say into which category the activities fall. This difficulty is particularly likely to arise in activities undertaken by an academic clinician and or in teaching in a hospital with a research department. These difficulties arose in this case. Dr. Wakefield's